The Movie Bar Podcast.
Hello and welcome to our bonus episode, fresh from the stream, presented by the Movie Bar. I am your host, John, and I am joined once again by my co-host and pain in the ass.
I'm Justin. Oh boy, today I suppose we might have a discussion at some point about Amazon Prime's Ricky Stanicky. And guess what? We got Malachi again. Yay!
Malachi,
Yay! Hey guys.
So I saw today that they have a Malachi action figure now with Isaac. Might buy it, have you autograph it. But all right, so this week, this is our first bonus episode since moving fresh from the stream to a bonus episode, and we are going to, as Justin said, cover Amazon Prime's newest film that just dropped. Fuck up. Dropped last Thursday, Ricky Stanicky. So a little background on the movie first. 20 years after creating the imaginary Ricky Stanicky, three childhood friends still use their non-existent pal as a handy alibi for their immature behavior. When their spouses and partners get suspicious and demand to finally meet him, the guilty trio decides to hire washed-up actor Rod to bring him to life. However, when Rod takes on the role of a lifetime a little too far, they begin to wish they never invented Ricky in the first place.
Yes, so this movie was directed by Peter Farrelly. Initial release was March 7th, 2024. Yeah, I know I said his name wrong. I think it's spelt wrong, too. Initial release March 7th, 2024. Rating is R. Runtime an hour 53. Currently streaming on Amazon Prime.
All right, let's see if I can get through some names. Cast the characters. We have
Keep going.
Zac Efron as Dean, Jermaine Fowler as Wes, Andrew Santino as JT, Lex Scott Davis as Aaron, Anya Savage as Susan, Jeff Ross as Rabbi Greenberg, God, William H. Macy as Summer Hayes, John Cena as Ricky Stanicky, Nathan Jones as Big Ben, Deborah Lawrence as Miss Levine, Heather Mitchell as Leona, Daniel Monks as Keith, and Jane Bazar as Miriam Summer Hayes. Boy, howdy.
So, I remember when we saw the trailer for this, it was not too long ago. It looked funny. Did it live up to the hype?
I mean, I think it had it. I mean, it definitely used a lot of, juvenile humor, but
our favorite kind.
I mean, it's funny. Sometimes it was a little over the top, as they always tend to be, but I mean, some of his songs maybe were a little bit of a stretch, but they were a stretch.
So, doing some research, this movie was first announced in 2010 with James Franco as Ricky Stanicky. And due to scheduling, he dropped out and the role went to Joaquin Phoenix. But the shooting kept delaying.
It didn't happen with that.
Oh, it gets better. But with shooting kept being delayed till 2013, Phoenix dropped out and the role went to Jim Carrey, who waited a full year for the production to start. Then he dropped out. Then the role went to Nicolas Cage in 2015. Cage thought the role is an opportunity to remind viewers of his comedy, but at the time, international finances asked for the action elements to be added, as well as it sold as a Nicolas Cage movie. The request was denied, and the project was stopped until 2021, with Zac Efron and Amazon were interested for the script. Finally, John Cena was cast as Ricky Stanicky. any one of those people would have been a totally different movie than what it was.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, as tends to be, but I think Jim Carrey would have been great.
Yeah.
If he, kind of got back to his, The Mask and Ace Ventura style.
And he's worked with the Farrelly brothers before.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, Me, Myself, and Irene. And much like those movies, this was set in Rhode Island, which I was surprised. But so let's talk about the day Ricky Stanicky was conceived. This, we'll try not to spoil too much, but make no promises.
I mean, they like straight up just almost burnt the house down.
Yes.
So
yeah,
I mean, it's that's. I mean, it's
arson.
Yeah, I mean,
it's arson.
Like it's
good for them for thinking on their feet and fucking coming up with the name, even though he almost put the last name
of the boy. Yeah. Zac Efron's character.
But
how come we never did that, Justin?
Because we didn't want to burn someone's house down. I mean, we may have wanted to, but we just didn't try. You may have tried to burn down the woods, but
me. That was me, huh? Yeah, I believe we were all involved in that.
We were there.
Hey, speak for yourself. I wasn't. Don't know what.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't there.
No, you weren't there, and you probably never even knew about that, did you?
Nope.
He has no idea what we're talking about.
Then let's keep it that way.
I think we're past the statute of limitations on that, but
well, yeah, we didn't damage anything. Well, I didn't damage anything.
Hey, we tried to put it out after we did it. But so I mean, it's a genius idea, and they kept the Bible of every time that they used Ricky Stanicky to get out of something. And like, that's fucking genius.
Yeah, that's the part of it that you kind of wish you thought of.
Yeah.
To sit there and keep the Bible and
create this character.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would have to stay as a big event type of thing. It couldn't be, it would have to be a sneak around doing, you couldn't blame it on him if like they showed them shooting arrows at a beehive in the cartoon. Like, you can't blame that on someone who's not there if you're in the middle of a summer camp. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be used for, like, for instance, their prank, or in adulthood, you can use it like they're using it. Oh yeah, no, old friend, gotta go, whatever. But like, you can't use it for a lot of those scenes that they showed in that little cartoon that they had going across the screen, because like, they're gonna know it was you because they're freaking watching you do it.
Well, the focal point of this movie kind of shows that they went to the well one too many times and it fucked with them now. Like, karma caught back to them.
Well, when you shut off your phone,
that's
kind of on you.
But I mean, that's smart when you're trying to hide and do shit that your wives don't want you to know because you got concert tickets the last minute, even though they were going to miss the baby shower.
What they could have done is just had burner phones and just forward all the calls and everything to the burner phones. So you never.
That's it.
Well, I believe they did have a burner phone that was Ricky Stanicky's phone.
Yeah, they did, but that's different.
I can't remember if it was Wes or JT who was having the baby.
JT,
okay. But they're down in Atlantic City, and while at the bar, they encounter
Rod.
I was trying to think of his nickname. I tried to watch it again, but I just... So
as I was watching it today, like I got like into like the whole Briss part of it, and I'm thinking like, all right, yeah. So far, like I was thinking like the movie was close to the end, and I was like, holy shit, this thing's only half over.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this thing keeps going.
But yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. So they meet Rod, and he's trying to mooch off of drinks and fried calamari from them, and it doesn't really work at first. They're just like, hey, we're trying, and the bartender knows Rod, knows how he is. But let's talk about some of the performances that Rod performed during the course of the movie, as all his songs have to do with masturbation.
Yes.
I mean, it is funny.
Yeah, it was.
It was. And then he had costumes for every one. Like
yes.
I had seen the photos of John Cena in a plaid skirt with pigtails and high heels and wondering what the fuck is this about. And now we know he was Britney Spears. I can only imagine what song it was. But so
I liked his Alice Cooper.
Yes.
That was pretty good. His Billy Idol kind of freaked me out, though. It was kind of weird.
His what?
His Billy Idol.
Yeah.
What about his boy George?
That's good.
But yeah, it was definitely an adventure. But so, well, the boys are in Atlantic City. They turn their phone on and find out that JT's wife has had the baby.
Oops.
So now they have to rush home. I believe they told them that Ricky had.
She went into labor. They didn't know.
Yeah.
Originally, they told the wives that he had testicular cancer again.
Yes. They're taking the second testicle.
Yes.
Can you live without two testicles?
I don't know, John. That would be a good question for you.
I don't know. But so they're getting ready to have the baby snipped. What do they call it? A bris. And they have to come up with Ricky.
Yeah. Well, why did they? Because they almost blew it.
Yes.
In the delivery room by messing up the tape.
Wes gave it away, saying, it was all.
Well, that's because they called all of the hospitals, so eventually that was going to happen.
And they came quickly on thought quick on their feet and came up with that he tricked them, which is a fucked up trick to play.
Yeah.
But so they figure out that they have somebody that they could do it, so they fly in Ricky
to Rod.
To play Ricky, and he is 3 days sober from everything.
Yeah, and he doesn't look very good.
No,
at all.
He's sweating. He's vomiting. He's pissed himself.
Yeah. And his skin just looks just so horrible. He looks like he's on death's door.
But he's committed.
Yeah.
But he's committed to playing the character, and he's read the Bible, and they have to go set up for the bris, and Wes takes Rod back to his place to shower and
get him cleaned up.
And
put some lipstick on that pig.
Yeah. Well, they do a hell of a job. He does a hell of a job. We learn a little more about Wes and his relationship with his boyfriend, and we learn about JT's mother-in-law, who's a total bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't believe that there's a Ricky Stanicky at all. She's kind of, but when he walks in with his hat and his fucking suit, and
I mean, after a certain point of hearing somebody's name and never actually meeting them, I mean, it would.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
especially if it's with your kid.
Yeah.
It's she's going to be looking for somebody trying to run around on her daughter and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
Of course it's going to be a mother-in-law like that.
Yeah.
So, well, at the party, he meets everybody, and even Zac Efron's character, I forget his name, Dean.
Yeah.
His mom remembers Ricky, even though
they never met.
They never met. But I guess that's a sign of old age, I guess, you know.
I mean, that's,
Yeah, he was, every time they were in trouble, it was always Ricky's fault. He was a little troublemaker, but.
Yeah.
When
And
you're
then
old and somebody comes up and goes, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, you look great." Oh, you're just kind of like,
I do that to people that I know, that I've met. They come up, "Oh, how are you? Oh, you look great." Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, I can't remember faces and names.
I know.
But he does make a lasting impression, especially with JT and Dean's boss. Talking about the big merger.
Yes.
Come prepared.
He did. I'll give Rod credit. He really committed to this role, doing his research. And then they the cousins with the long hair's boyfriend that was in the Red Robin commercial.
Yes.
And Ricky's like, "Oh my God, I know him." And so now they're panicking because they're like, "Shit."
Yeah.
And
they got to get rid of the Red Robin guy.
Yeah. I mean, that was a unique way to do it. Like $20 or $60 and throwing peanuts into his mouth, and they're gonna pop a pill.
The fuck what kind of plan is that?
That's a quick on the minute fucking. Their whole lives would be ruined.
It's a pill. You crush it up and throw it in his drink.
Yeah. But that's not funny. And how are you going to get the whole thing with the interception?
You gotta get the rabbi.
That, but still, like, why the fuck would you come up with that stupid of a fucking game?
Yeah, but that scene was funny.
Oh, it was. I'm not saying it wasn't.
I wasn't expecting the priest to be the one to fucking run in.
You mean the rabbi? Come on, show some respect.
Yeah. The rabbi, I do apologize. Chaim. Tough. But so now the rabbi is feeling the effects of this pill, and time to cut the little fucker.
Nip the tip.
Nip the tip. And now they've run into an issue where Ricky is brought attention on himself due to stories from the past. And he can do it when the rabbi is no longer.
Yes, because he was circumcising men in Africa or something.
Yeah. And
it's gotta be easier on a big, beautiful black one than a small baby one.
Yeah.
And the priest, the rabbi did partially. They said
it was partially, yes.
Yes. So,
but hey, cigar cutter works every time. So after that, Ricky saved the day again, and they put him in the cab to get rid of him. And he has to go to Nairobi to what was help
with Ebola.
Ebola, yes. So that's when Dean's girlfriend starts to get suspicious of
the news reporter. She's a news reporter. Got to make sure everyone's aware.
Let's talk about the duck. That is one mean fucking duck.
Have you ever come across a goddamn duck?
Yeah, they're usually pretty mean.
I've been chased by turkeys, but never a duck.
They're just snakes with wings.
Yeah. They hiss at you.
Well,
and they'll bite you.
And this duck
fucking chase you.
This duck tried to fuck that dog up.
That duck tried to straight up drown that dog.
Yes.
But and then he goes back and sits on the golf ball that he thinks is an egg.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Classic.
Thinks it's an egg.
Yeah.
So we're back at work. Ricky's gone, and JT and Dean get called into their boss's office. God, I fucking suck with names. Summer Hayes, and he talks about how great Ricky is, and he made quite the impression, so much that he hired him. And
he was at his house till 4:30 the night before,
hammering out a deal. Yep.
$250,000
a year.
A year. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money for everybody.
Yeah. But a lot of Dean and JT getting pissed off and trying to ruin Ricky and
trying to get him
fired. Trying to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Because they don't want the whole shindig coming down.
But Rod's taking this character to heart. He's Ricky. He's not Rod anymore. He got a license, and he's changed his name, and then he figures out what the problem with the merger is. Because Summer Hayes is an ear dicker.
Yes.
John's just a street dicker, but that's okay.
Just a what?
Street dicker.
No. We gotta
get in there.
And then they're showing the
fucking show him support.
When they showed the conference, and he's over here and you're over here. The fact that somebody came up with that is fucking hilarious. Like,
yes,
I had never heard that before.
No.
Well,
but to be fair, I'd have to go back and watch it to see if he was actually doing it when they, before they actually showed it in the movie and the, you know what I mean?
In the conference room,
look and see.
When he's in the conference room with all of them, and he's saying, fuck you, whatever, and fuck you, and he is like,
fuck you.
Yeah. Whenever he's trying to iterate a point, he's got the hand.
The fast things. Yeah.
So Dean's girlfriend says she got the job at the big station, and she's going to do a hero piece on Ricky.
And
and the walls come crumbling down.
Oh yeah. So I mean, you'd have to go into panic mode and just shut it down.
Yeah.
I mean, what else could you do at that point? Should have just been like, I need to shut this shit down.
Yeah. Well, it comes to the night of the hero's piece to air. Now, Dean is coming clean. He's going to tell everybody how Ricky's made up. They hired Rod. Mm-hmm. His girlfriend already knows. And they find out that they did come and interview him.
Yep.
Even though she said the piece was canceled. And, while he's at the meeting, they show the piece, and, Ricky talks about how they saved his life. Gave him purpose, and this is what he was meant to do, and
got a second chance.
Second chance, and
only ever been a shit baby.
Yeah, and a little touching, but it secures them. Spoiler alert for the end of the movie. It does secure the deal, and
I said that at the beginning.
I'm gonna put a claimer on the episode. Contains spoilers.
We're trying not to give too many, and then
yeah, but throughout the movie, Rod has had a few run-ins with these two guys, which I didn't realize that was Nathan Jones. For those that don't know, Nathan Jones competed in the WWE fucking 20-something years ago.
Yeah, that was
like 2003, 2000, around the same time John Cena was there, or debuted. But, they kind of give off the impression that they're there to kill him.
Yes.
But they really just want to serve him. because they're from, was it Billy Idol?
Billy Idol put a cease and desist.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. He didn't need to run. Parody. That's parody. That's protected speech, his songs.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the fact that he dresses as Billy Idol, but
No, it's still parody.
Mhm.
It's all covered under the First Amendment. That lawsuit would go nowhere.
yeah.
That's what Weird Al's entire goddamn empire is built on.
Yeah,
He
but
still asked
I think
permission.
at least he's nice
Yeah.
enough to ask permission. I mean, yeah, he didn't ask permission. Who
He
would give?
doesn't have to.
Yeah,
And you saw the crowd at Rod's shows. How does he even know? And he even says, Billy saw my act.
yeah.
Like, he's proud. So,
I mean, I'll admit there's some things I didn't expect to see, like them actually showing the dog show.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Funny the way they did, but yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
could have gone without that.
Yep.
I was at work watching this too. No. The fact that they had the dog on his back, well,
Well, he did explain how he had two dogs that could do
Yeah.
it missionary, straight face to face.
and then he
So,
dressed up
You
two
kind of
guys.
had to know at some point it was coming up again.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would actually show it, but I was wrong. So what was your guys' overall opinion of the movie?
I enjoyed it. I liked it. It was funny. It was mindless fun.
Yeah,
Juvenile. Yeah, right up my alley.
Justin.
Don't have to think.
It had some slow spots to it, which is why I was kind of like,
Yeah, the whole thing with the duck was just a waste of time.
I mean, the duck part was funny,
It was funny, but I mean, it was just.
and it was necessary because that shows what she does for work, and she's trying to get the bigger pieces.
Yeah.
But she's gonna stay there until the duck gets off the fucking ball.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. I laughed,
Yes.
and so an hour and 54 minutes of runtime.
Little long.
I think if they had kept it around the 1 hour 30, 1 hour 40,
Yeah.
I think it would have been better. But I can't really think of anything that they could have cut out. I mean, they could have just done like a montage of the acts showing all the different characters he plays, and
Well, it was kind of a montage, but they
they could have
had
shown.
to get the whole. They had to get the
I
dick
don't know,
jokes in.
I'm sure that there's always ways, but they didn't.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Do you think there's a potential for a sequel?
Oh, I'm sure there will be. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, they can't do the whole nobody knows, but I mean, they can still bring back the character.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll have something. But
Does it need a sequel? No,
No.
no. But I'm sure they could probably figure some way out.
Yeah. Well, time will tell. It hasn't even been out a week yet, so
No.
there's really no ratings. But what do you guys give it out of 5?
I'd give it 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
Justin?
I'll go about 3.5 too. That sounds about right.
I gave it a 4. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, it's funny. It's just, was it great?
And then I guess John Cena was at the Oscars last night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, he was covered.
You had like a clamshell.
Yes.
Well, that's a wrap on our Fresh from the Stream. Ricky Stanicky. Thanks for joining us.
Before we go, find us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and most places you listen to your podcasts, like, wherever you're listening to us right now.
Yeah. They all say it. Shut up. And don't forget to follow us on social media and stay up to date on future episodes and join the conversation. You can find us on Twitter/X at the Movie Bar Pod, and Instagram at the Movie Bar Podcast, and on YouTube and TikTok at the Movie Bar Pod, or at Movie Bar Pod. and at the Movie Bar Podcast on Facebook. Tag us, share your favorite movie moments, and suggest films you'd love for us to cover next.
Have a film suggestion or just want to say hola? Drop us an email at themoviebar@outlook.com.
Until next time, keep the popcorn popping and the reels rolling, and we will see you next time on Fresh from the Stream, presented by the Movie Bar.